Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
What's up, everybody listening, man? This your boy Groove Nuke here with Ill Sound Radio and my host, Everyday Jay. And to the left of me, I got Thankyou Traphouse in the building with us, man.
Yes, sir. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Chilling. Nice little drive here.
For sure.
Feel good to be in the city.
How long ago was it?
Originally, like 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
We got here Friday. It was 3 hours. But
for sure. Appreciate you coming out, man.
Oh, for sure. No problem.
Hey, when you travel and do stuff like this, don't it make you feel like,
I feel like I'm
an
a
artist
man when I walk through. But you can't tell me nothing.
I'm busting moves,
Yes,
you feel me?
Of course.
For sure, gotta make it count.
All right, let's start from the beginning, bro. Your name is Thankyou Traphouse.
Yes.
Why?
It's like my thank you to Gary. Like, growing up in all the hood shit, whatever. I ain't your typical hood nigga, obviously. I dress like whatever. But, you know, that's kind of like my little ode to my city in a way. Like, I was raised in the trap shit. I was raised around niggas that really get to it, do what they do, or whatever the case is. And that hustler mentality gonna be with me wherever I go. So, hey, that's really what it is.
Thankyou Traphouse, you know?
Of course.
Nah, growing up in Gary, bro, what is that like? Because I know the first time I ever went to Gary, I was a grown man, you feel me?
Of course.
And I was on a mission. And I was questioning if I need to go through with this mission, you know what I'm saying?
What was the mission for?
Bro, you know what the mission was for, you feel
First
me?
of all, that was your first mess up right there.
Look, and it was so sketchy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because once I got out there, bro, it was just nothing. You know, it'd be like one house on the block, no street lights. You feel me? So what was it like coming up in Gary, bro?
You definitely got to fight all the time. You got to know how to have your hands ready, because niggas will definitely test you. Pretty cool. It wasn't nothing too crazy. I mean, I would assume everybody get into like the little street shit or whatever the case is. But outside of that, it ain't really nothing. Just stay to yourself. Get your money. That's really it. Go to school. I used to hoop too, so I get a pass, really. Like, all right, don't mess with him. He good. So that's all it really was. It wasn't nothing too crazy, nothing too out the way.
How was the the educational system in Gary?
Terrible. I ain't even finna beat around the bush.
For sure.
But it got the job done. So yeah, I can't really like be too hard on it, but because it definitely got the job done.
When we come up in environments like that, like, it's hard to know that we in a fucked up environment. So did you realize, like, damn, bro, this shit a little fucked up? Definitely.
You do start realizing it once you start being around people in better circumstances. Like, my AAU coach when I was younger had the bag, money out the whatever, and just lifestyle just different. Drove a BMW, 401k. His wife was good, kids was good, all of that. He was just living a life, and then staying the night over there and stuff like that. You kind of realize, like, oh, this is different. Like, I ain't got to worry about nobody shooting at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, no dumb shit like that. So it was just, you do realize it, and it kind of hit you. It hit you early, which I'm glad it did hit me early, because kind of set me up for now, like, to figure out what I want for real and how I want my life to, like, pan out.
For sure. How old was you when you were seeing stuff like that?
I say like 12, 13.
Oh yeah, that's the right age to really catch, you know what I'm saying? Catch a newfound perspective on what you was used to seeing.
So you just looking at that. He coming to pick us up for practice, and he got 2 or 3 cars or whatever the case is. So he packing everybody in. Like, come on, we finna go to the gym. Or even playing with some of my other homies. We used to play on a Maryville basketball team for younger kids. So we used to do that, and even being around their parents, like, it ain't no caring nowhere. Oh, I want this. Okay, go pick it up, go get it. I go to the store, I'm like, put that shit down, man. We ain't come here for that.
Right.
So it's just seeing, like, how things is different and, like, adjusting to that. So you can't always walk around with the hood nigga mentality forever.
Now, the craziest thing about that is Gary is right here, and on the next block is Maryville.
Yes.
You feel me? And that blew my mind, because it's like you immediately go from poverty to $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 houses. Definitely. You feel me? And that was crazy to me. I'm like, bro, how this block don't got no street lights, but this block right here is fully lit up, bro.
Going from Gary, that's the east side. Going from Gary into Maryville, You literally, like you just said, no street lights, no stop signs, no nothing. Everybody just fly through that. As soon as you get to Maryville, police car right there.
Ready.
You got Andrean right there. Couple blocks down the road, you got Maryville. You got all the grocery stores, all of that. I'm telling you, Gary ain't nothing to play with, man.
And it just goes to show how, like, you can live 10 minutes away from somebody or something, then lifestyle is just completely
different. Totally different.
I think about that all the time, man. That stuff do be crazy for sure.
Yeah.
But who are some of your musical influences? Because you got some prestigious influences.
Michael Jackson.
For sure.
Come on, now. What?
You got prestigious influences out of Gary.
Everybody do that, bro. Look, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I was a freshman in high school. I was going to Thea Bowman. Freddie Gibbs came up there to talk to us. We was asking Dog to rap. He would not rap for us.
Wow.
Not rap. He was like, bro, I don't rap for free. I need some money. Man, ain't nobody finna give you no.
Oh, God.
Bro, I gotta eat lunch today. Come on, Facts. Carry on. Michael Jackson, he kind of do it for me. Michael Jackson definitely. Songwriting is amazing.
For sure.
If you tap into my sound for real, it's more so like the West Coast, G-Funk, all of that. So I would say Cardo Got Wings. Kanye is always gonna be an influence of mine no matter what the fuck go on. Michael Jackson, of course. Who else? Jay-Z, top 5, #1 favorite rapper, period.
For sure.
Who else? Drake, songwriting is phenomenal. And that's pretty much it. Everybody else, it's just stuff that I really like. I tap into on my own and I like on my own. Like I said, Valet, Cole. Who else is a good producer that I Chase the Money? He from St. Louis. Hard.
For sure.
It's just people that's different, like outside of the box. You really can't find them too often.
Real talk.
At what age would you say you one got into music, like really appreciate it, and then said, I want to actually do this, I want to pursue this?
So when I actually tapped in, like really started listening to music, I didn't listen to the radio until I got to high school. So I had no recollection of like music outside of like Tupac and shit, like the shit what my uncles would play.
Yeah.
Then when I started listening to the radio, I'm like, oh, this shit pretty cool. Like hearing new sounds or whatever, that's when I really tapped into Wayne. That was like the best phase of my life. I would say starting music and kind of taking it serious, getting paid for it and everything, I was like a junior in high school. So I say like 16, 17.
Okay, at 16, 17, that's when you was like, all right, I want to start actually recording, right?
Of course.
Now, I always ask artists this. How long did it take for you to actually get into your bag? Because when you first start off, ain't nobody, you know what I'm saying, cold at rapping when they first start, you know what I'm saying? I would say recording, because you could be cold at rapping like in lunchroom type shit.
Recording was
getting in that booth different.
Oh, so I never knew where a real studio was in Gary, because I wasn't that tapped in with everybody, like on the music side. So I just started looking up stuff. It took me like 2 years to get like the recording and stuff like that down. But after that, I kind of got my process. So I was knocking out songs, like 3 songs a night in my auntie's living room, bro. Going crazy. Like it was I can't even remember. Like, so you know, like you get the headsets. Mm-hmm. It was like one of them microphones, bro. Taped to the wall. Made a little pop filter I seen on YouTube.
Shout out to the internet.
Man, what? The top of the blog era. I was deep into it, and then after that, I just started going super heavy with it. Like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then that's when I got into one of my other influences, Cardo, working with Wiz. That's when Kush and Orange Juice came out. Everything was on fire.
Oh, that was definitely another era.
That was a crazy era. That's when it, and that was like, I say that was my freshman year. So that's when I like, people started putting me on for it. And I'm like, damn, like these type of niggas ain't famous yet, or
for real,
because it don't make no sense. But that was really that though, bro. Like, and it's been pretty solid since then.
What would you say has been your biggest learning curve as far as the music goes?
It'll always be recording myself, because it changed so much. Like the way to mix and master a song, it's not one set way. So you got engineer. So one of the engineers that I mess with, his name Ray Bands in Indy. He mixed a totally different way, like outrageous. He 5-10 minutes got it down packed already in your email. The way I do it, it'll probably take me 30 minutes to mix a song. Like, but it's on my time, so right. I got all day. But when I'm working with other artists, I kind of got into the mode. I can't really do that. I gotta speed it up. So I gotta tap into what they like. Then I gotta throw my own twist on it. Then I gotta make sure everything plays right. So that's really it. Everything else, piece of cake.
Let me ask you this. Is it harder working with yourself or working with other artists?
Working with myself.
Why?
I'm my biggest critiquer. My girl could tell you too. I sit there probably, I don't really like this. She be like, it's cool, it's fine. Nah, I don't really.
Talking yourself out.
Yeah, and that's another problem I got too. I done talked myself out of a bunch of songs that haven't been made, all because I ain't like a verse or how something sounded or how it was constructed. So that's the biggest. That's a real big. I think that's what all artists though. That's a real big issue they got, because you want your work to be as perfect as possible, so you can put it out to everybody else. They can feel the same way, but you kind of got to realize like it ain't always. 9 times out of 10, it's not always gonna be perfect. Nobody's in their room or basement making Drake level shit. So you got to kind of take it with the growth. You just got to take it step by step.
With any of the songs that you made up until this point, has it been like you released a song that you wasn't feeling 100% about, but like the public was like, yeah, I fuck with this, or you had a homie that said I fuck with this, or a stranger that was like, bro, I love this shit?
One of my older songs. Please don't go back to that SoundCloud, because that shit. But one of the very first songs that I performed, we sold out the little bar that's next to the Railcat Stadium. Sold that out, and we was like 17, 18. Came straight from the basketball game. What was the song called? Lights Out or something like that. Straight from the basketball game, changed my clothes, hopped on stage, collected my money, performed the shit out that damn song, and that was it. I didn't even like the song for real.
Right.
But everybody else was like, put that shit out, brother, sure. All right, I guess.
Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. And we checking back in with our guest. Thankyou Traphouse.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Now, hey, so we was talking about you growing up in Gary. How was like the support and everything out there for you?
Always a lot of support. I mean, it's a small area. You do got the ones that kind of like just be, do the hating shit or whatever. All this nigga ain't gonna do. But besides that, for the most part, everybody is it's kind of like one big ass family, really, because everybody know everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody about know everybody.
Yeah, out there, bro.
For sure.
All right, now we just played Can't Trust a Soul, Denim, and Stand on It. You feel me? Stand on It gotta be your favorite. You know
Stand on It is my favorite.
Nah, the thing that stood out the most to me about these songs, they was all within a 2-minute window. You know what I'm saying? Did you strategically do that for a reason, and why?
So my thing is, well, first of all, outside of the this is my last project of me like rapping. Done with it. I think I want to go try the executive side of things. The way music going, it's no more 4 or 5 minute songs no more. Don't nobody want to hear all that. The consumer's attention span is about like this big. So 2-minute songs, you can really rock out and have a 30-minute album full of 2-minute songs and be straight. It could chart if that's what you wanted to do. But I think a lot of artists don't realize, or when they go into the studio, I gotta make this song that's gonna touch everybody. So nah, bro, just go in there and rock out. Whether it's 2 minutes, 3 minutes. I done made songs where it's a minute, but I get my shit off in that minute. So you just gotta keep it short, keep it simple, make sure you're having fun with it. That's really it.
For sure. So with that, with everything shortened up, you just want to focus on producing for now?
Yep.
You saying?
Straight production.
So what you planning on implementing like with production moving forward? Now that you fully in it.
Really just tapping into like different artists. I want to be a producer that helps artists get to that point. I don't want to be motherfucking Mr. Industry, cranking out hits. That's played out. That ain't really the way for me. I ain't really too, I don't want to be famous, really. That's really all it is. I want to be able to, take an artist, like I said, Valet, one of my favorite artists, take an artist like that and give them a sound and you just take off with it. Do your thing, because can't nobody recreate that.
Sure. Nowadays, do you feel like it's easier or harder to be a producer? Because nowadays producers are damn near like the artists, low key.
That's what make it hard. Everybody want to be famous. Like they want to make beats just to get a name out there, get your face out there, which is cool. But the majority, one of my homies, CJ the Fly, he do it just for the love of the music. Nigga been making music since he was I'd say 14 or something like that, and it's just for the love of the music. Everybody that I know that they produce just strictly for the love of the music. I don't need to be famous off of this. I have no need for it. This is just what I like. Fell in love with it, and I ain't never shook that feeling.
What was that point where you fell in love with it? Because it's I always ask producers, bro, how the fuck do you just say I want to be a producer? You know what I'm saying?
It is something to what? Like a producer. You don't want to be a rapper? Nah. So what album did I hear? 808s and Heartbreaks. Greatest album ever. Bro, that shit made me listen and look at music a whole different way. Cause it's just he really came up with this. And if you think about it, Kanye had an era. Every era he had a sound, a set sound. Mm-hmm. So you got 808s and Heartbreaks. That's where you got Drake's and Party Next Doors, everybody like that. Then you got Dark Fantasies. That's when you got the Travis Scotts and all of those. Same thing with what's the album that had Black Skinhead on it?
Yeezus.
Yeah, Yeezus. That's when you really got the Travis, because Travis wrote on that. So you catch an era and you catch a sound, and it give you 10 million artists after that. Just 808s and Heartbreaks always stuck with me, because it was just he took something that probably nobody would have fucking thought of and turned it into this, and it stayed a staple and pushed out 40 to 50 artists that all chart right now. The Weeknd, Drake, Party Next Door, he write on everybody's shit. You hear reminiscences of Bryson Tiller, 808s and Heartbreaks. It's just all of them artists came from that one project.
And that album still sound great today.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's a timeless sound. You can't really. It's no way you can't mention great albums and not mention that album.
Real talk.
When you hear music like that instantly sparking emotion in you, is it a challenge that set off? Man,
yeah,
I
definitely
need to,
is.
You know what I'm saying? Step my shit up.
When I hear certain artists, I just be damn, I wish I would have made that shit. That's really how I feel about it. Sometimes I'll be damn, I wish I would have made that shit. I wasn't in the right thought process. But then I'll go sit in front of the computer for 2-3 hours and come up with some fly ass shit. And then I'll just be oh, okay, I got them back. Wait till this shit drop. But it ain't it's not I'm initiating beef or nothing like that. But in my mind, it's just friendly competition between me and whoever. It's kind of like that Jordan effect. You say the slightest shit to Jordan, you get set off. Yeah, so that's really what it is. They put out some good shit. Oh, that shit fire. I wish I would have came up with that. Go sit in the motherfucking hideaway for 2-3 hours and just crank some shit out. And then be happy with it, because now I'm back in the lead with shit.
Now, with especially nowadays, there's two ways to kind of look at music making. You got the artists. Sometimes their talents can override a beat, and you got the beat that can kind of override the artist. So what would you say is the more common thing that you see nowadays for when people taking that song making approach?
It's definitely the producer and the engineer
overriding
the artist. Let the artist be the artist. Don't override what he got going on. If you want to flow on it this way, let him do that. I get it, giving your critique. Yeah, you can walk in a session and be hey, Trap, do this different. That's cool. I'm with that. But when it comes to, oh no, we going to put this right here, put this right here, put this right here, take this out, we going to trash that, we going to put a drum right here. Don't do all that. Cause you killing the artist process, and you just focusing on making your craft better. He can't really get in his bag for real because you taking away from it. So that's really it. Like whenever I'm in the artist, whenever I'm with an artist, I approach it as, do you. Like don't look at me for nothing, bro. Go in there and do you.
Do you think the sometimes that producer, I know they can, like they could take the artist to the next level because that's what good producers do.
Oh, of course.
Like for instance, on TV, we can't watch a football game without a great producer. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
The game can't be ran like that. So, what do you think? What you think is the best element to actually have an artist get their full potential, even if they probably not a lyricist or a hit maker, but what can bring out the full potential for artists?
Just letting them rock out. I'm already providing the sound. Mm-hmm. Like when I work with artists, send me what you got, so I know how to build off of that and then put my own little twist onto it. Mm-hmm. So once I figure that out, once I figure out how I want everything to sound on my end, shooting everything to you, do your thing. Cause I'm not gonna coach you. No, say this, say that. That sound better. Mm-hmm. That ain't my role, bro. This is what you get paid for, and this is what you paying me for. So this is how we gon'. Now, if you want my critiques, I'll give you my critiques. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, nah, do your thing, bro. Rock out, have fun. We gonna make this session as great as possible without no getting into it, no argue, no back and forth, no none of that. Cause I don't never want to rub no artist the wrong way. Cause when I started being around other artists and stuff, that's what rubbed me the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
So just taking away from that, like experiences, really.
You ever did a joint project?
Me being a producer?
Yeah,
of course. I got one coming out soon.
For sure. You want to talk about it,
bro? That shit's so hard.
Because I feel like that's when you really get the full balance of what a producer can do on a joint project.
No, really. So my homie Rax Bills, he was supposed to come up here, but he had some other stuff to do. Oh man, bro, it's like the perfect mix between the sound that Gary is supposed to have and the West Coast sounds, like mixed. So top to bottom, bro, it's just so hard, man. It's really some shit to ride to. Like, niggas gonna love that.
Real quick, can you give me an example of what's Gary's sound?
Gary's sound, I would say, so have you heard of Topside? He a producer.
Topside, I don't think so, no.
Okay, so he do a lot of Detroit stuff. The gritty Detroit sound is what Gary's supposed to sound like.
For sure. So
it's like bringing out the struggle, but not bringing out the struggle all the way. But you definitely giving reminiscences of what you do on a daily basis. Besides because Gary, you catching the drill movement. That's all I heard through high school. Every artist that came out, straight drill music. That's not our sound, bro. Leave it in Chicago, which is good for Chicago, but we need to build on our own sound.
For sure.
So the more gritty, it's like downside. It's like Memphis music almost. That's perfect example. It's like the 3 6 Mafia, Memphis era. Get the gritty sound. It's not too dark rapping wise, but it's some shit that you can ride to, can smoke to, you can float to. Like it's really some cool ass down to earth shit, and people don't really try to get into it because it's kind of too hard to take on.
For sure. One of my favorite tapes in high school was Cold Day in Hell by Freddie Gibbs. Is that a good example?
Kind of is. In that era, yeah.
Okay, got
In that era, yeah. Like that whole little era, that was his welcome party. Cause he was really running through shit.
Oh yeah, that tape.
He had what was it? I can't think of the one song with Currency, but that's when
they got that shit started. They got that joint tape too.
Yeah, bro. So
that Fetty, I think it is.
Yep. Fetty's cold, bro. Freddie Gibbs got some shit, especially this new album.
Oh yeah,
new album is nuts. Can't tell me nothing. Top to bottom, I love it.
For sure.
All right, now what you putting on for Gary, bro? You gotta tap us in with some Gary artists, cause I can't say that it's any platforms that would even be pushing. You know what I'm saying? Sure. People in our face other than Instagram. You know what I'm saying?
You got CJ the Fly. He went to high school with me, but he originally from here. Lonnie Rambo, Almighty Foe, Rax Bills, my homie Taji. He make clothes though, but he do the rapping thing too. I made this one of his pieces too. Few thousands, for sure. Crazy. Who else? It's a bunch more, bro. It's a bunch more. It's really too many to name, to be honest with you. Lake Show Joe, Cole, who else? It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I just know the whole Gary is in a good position, music-wise, art-wise, whatever. It's just being a creative, period. Gary's in a good position.
That's good, man. That'll definitely bring a lot more eyes for Gary, too.
Definitely,
you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's like a chain reaction.
So we all got together and put together. I'm gonna send it to both of y'all too. We got together and put together a collab tape. Everybody, and I wasn't there, so I had to send my shit in. But everybody got in the studio. This is how we gonna do it, and everybody just had fun. And that's, again, it ain't been that much unity in Gary. So the fact that we all got together and came up with an idea and really put something out like that is crazy.
Ill Sound Radio, we back in the building.
Yes, sir. And we checking back in with our guest, Thankyou Traphouse in the building.
Yo.
Yes, sir. Now, you said you want to bring something up.
Yeah, now, damn.
So look.
Did I forget?
Oh, yeah, you got a question.
Go ahead. Say what you want to say.
Leave the top 20 list alone. We know who the people are. We know who ain't the guys. Lonnie Rambo, obviously the guy. Almighty Foe, obviously the guy. Jizzle, obviously the guy. Everybody else, y'all just be putting people on there just to fill in spots. I think these lists be personally made up by just, whoever.
Politics.
Which is cool. I seen the list. I'm talking to somebody on my live. I seen the list for sure. All the politic, that shit don't matter. Because I'm going to be real with you. Most of the people that be on these lists, 35 plus. Y'all done. Y'all time is over with. Let it be what it's going to be. Go find something else to do. You sit down with somebody, have conversations, or whatever the case is. But rapping, cut it loose. Like I said, we obviously know who the guys is. Lonnie Rambo, motherfucking Almighty Foe. Me, of course, even though I don't stay in Gary no more. There's a couple more other ones. Basically, everybody else in MHTF, like Rex Bills, we know who the guys are. Just leave the list alone. Don't nobody care about none of that, because it's only a few of us that's really getting money off of it. The rest of them is just at the crib, bored. So
the list always opinion based anyway, depending on who made it. You feel me?
And even people on my live, Taylor for sure, Foe obviously. I always bring his name up to people. It's like we know who the people is and who the people ain't. Quit making these fool ass lists. Don't nobody want to hear about that, bro. It's pointless.
All right, now you said you don't want to be famous, you feel me? Now, let's say that day does come where you thrown into the limelight, you feel me? Are you going to embrace it? Are you going to run from it? Are you ready for it? You know what I'm saying?
Right now, I feel like I'm not ready for it. But if it came unwillingly and I wasn't chasing it, of course I'll embrace it. I can't shoot down a gift. Like, that'll be stupid.
Facts.
But like, if they come to me like, hey, we've been watching what you're doing production wise and all of this, let's talk it out, let's get to it. But if me just like, I want to be famous, nah, I'm good.
Now, what would you say is like your ideal artist to work with? Like, is it an R&B? Is it a rapper? Is it a trapper? You feel me?
I get to pick a person?
Yeah. Your ideal artist that
I wanna work with
it's
Wiz,
like
bro.
Y'all locked in.
I want to work with Wiz. Not even for the weed smoke. I know the weed smoke gonna be good. Either Wiz or who else? That'd probably be it. Wiz or like Jay-Z. Those would be my two that I want to work with for sure. Wiz more so because I grew up in that era, like the little blog era was popping. Or Nip, but God rest his soul.
R.I.P. Nip.
Yeah, he ain't here. But those would be the three if I had a choice. Nip, Wiz, or Jay-Z. Jay-Z because I know he gonna talk some shit. It's rare that you get a Jay-Z verse. As of now, and when you do get one, talking his shit the whole verse. Wiz, he just creative as fuck. He gonna make anything pop, and that's just that. It's charting anywhere. And with Nip, he just a real nigga. You can see that just from the videos and vlogs and all of that.
Facts. R.P. Nip.
For sure.
I always say music is a very sustainable career. So, you know, you already spoke on how the limelight ain't really a focus of yours. But what would you consider success for you being a music artist and a producer?
Being as low-key as possible, but still having songs that chart.
For sure.
So I always go back to this. It was an old Instagram post from Currency. He pulled up to, what was it, Krispy Kreme's or whatever. I think it was grocery shopping or whatever it was, but he pulled up in a fucking Ferrari. Mm-hmm. He was still regular at this point, but he had industry nigga money.
Right.
That's the goal right there. Pull up. I don't need no Ferrari. That's a little bit too fast for me. But nice BMW, being something like that, I'm able to just do regular shit. But y'all don't know it's me. Like, I got all this shit behind me, bro.
All right, so 2022, man, it's coming to an end. The year done flew by quickly. You know
Quick
what I'm saying?
as hell.
What are some of the goals that you have for the rest of this year, or what can we be looking for?
Put out the rest of this music. That's really it. Put out the rest of this music. I got a collab with Rex Bills coming out. I got a collab with Lonnie Rambo, which is like 3 songs, fire shit. And just more production. Going into 2023, it's going to be a whole nother person. Like creatively, work ethic wise, it's just going to be a whole nother person.
All right, now, remembering that young boy growing up in Gary, you feel me?
Ooh.
What would be some advice that you would give to your younger self?
Don't be scared to do nothing. I feel like that's what I battled with a lot in the beginning, because what if people don't like it? Fuck that. Just go straight for it. Don't even hold nothing back. So that's probably the only advice. Everything else I feel like I did pretty solid. It gave me some good lessons. Oh, and don't be forced early to have no fucking manager. That's where I fucked up. Cause I feel like if I didn't do that, I would have been way further. But working with people, what did dude say? Never ask nobody what they got to offer.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
heard that.
It was from this interview he was doing here. Never ask nobody what they have to offer. What can you do for me now? Like right now. So that's where I messed up. So not really having the confidence in myself to go after it, because we had a lot of shows here. I was just on stage, like, not really feeling it. And then just, like I said, dealing with managers and all of that, just put the work in. Everything else will come after that.
Shout out to the growing pains, because even with you giving that younger advice to yourself, you wouldn't be able to get that advice if you didn't go through it.
Yeah, and that's what it is. I'm kind of glad I went through it, but at the same time, in that point in my life, it was just super, super hard, because you don't know where the fuck to turn.
Facts.
So I think that'll probably be the only advice.
All right, now, before we get out of here, tell everybody how they get in tune with you, stay in tune with you, find everything you got going on.
Instagram, Twitter, Apple Music, Thankyou Traphouse. That's really it. Lock in, tap in.
Big shit coming soon.
For sure.
Of course.
All right, Jimmy, talk to the people.
Yes, sir. Hey, shout out to our guest, man. Thank you, Traphouse, for coming through, man. We appreciate it.
That's funny. You say Thankyou Traphouse. That's your name and shit.
For sure. For sure that,
Thank
man.
you for having me.
No problem, man. Thanks for sliding through, man. Thank you for actually shedding light, a positive light on Gary. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I don't know too many people who sat and just hold their city up to a high regard. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
I mean, it's a small city, but it raised me. It gave me the right values and morals to sustain life outside of Gary.
For sure, I would say they city to Gary as a high regard. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes we hear a lot about Gary, but not enough. You know what I'm saying? At the same time. And
when people talk about Gary, they really just talk about they did a shooting or whatever. It's more, bro. Like it's really a community. They not. It's not just people raising they kids separately. It's people that live next door, across the street, whatever. Hey, get your shit together. That's just what it is. One big ass community, bro. And people just highlight the bad, which is obviously what they gonna do. But it's more to that than just the bad shit.
Real talk.
And there's definitely some beautiful community still in Gary. Low key. You feel
Definitely.
For real. That ain't just a jump up the street from me. You know, that's about like 50 minutes away from me. But so I appreciate you for taking the time out to shine light on your city for sure.
Anytime.
Yes, sir. And just keep doing your thing, man. No doubt, man.
Appreciate it.
You played some shit for us, bro. So I'm gonna definitely check it to that. I appreciate the collab tape you shared. And I'm gonna get in tune with some of the artists that's on this tape as well.
Oh, anybody listen to it? MHTF, look it up. Apple Music. 420 and a 9. One of the best collab tapes out now. It got like 7 different artists on it. We definitely did our thing. Everybody locked in with each other, all of that. So we good.
For sure, man. Make sure y'all get in tune, man. Make sure y'all get in tune with everything. Thankyou Traphouse got going on. Follow Ill Sound Radio, ILLSOUND Radio on iLLANOiZE Radio. Make sure y'all follow iLLANOiZE Radio. Go check out some content, man. It's a lot of good ill styles, good interviews, man. Shout out iLLANOiZE Radio, man. Fusion Radio, Chocolate Baddie Show, Ill Sound Radio. Make sure y'all submit music. We'll stream your music 24/7. iLLANOiZE.co/submit for the blog post as well. Then Jay, what you got to say to him?
Salute to you, bro. We been I want to say shit. Since I got on Instagram, we probably been IG friends. You
really
feel me?
Low key.
You feel
when
me?
when I restarted my page, when I got another page, I found Swain. I did the interview with Swain. He put me on the website. Then that's when I tapped in with you, and you posted the last album, the EP. As like one of your favorite albums for the year.
Shout out my boy Swain. You feel me? Connecting the dots. It's like you said off camera, bro. It was easy to tap in. You know what I'm saying?
It ain't never been too hard. You only a click away, and that's
what I would say is your approach was right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure.
I don't like when people be like, tap in with me, bro. I just dropped a new track, because it's like I don't even know you.
Or like, yo, check it out. Like,
God,
check what out.
Like I don't even know you, bro. Like it's a etiquette to sliding in a DM pause. You feel me?
Fact.
But
people don't know how to be courteous, bro.
Fact.
It's music. I get you a gangster, but please have some respect, decency about yourself,
and at least genuinely fuck with me.
Exactly.
You know
and that's the thing too. Like I love the platform. Everything that everybody that you put on here, it's really never no misses, bro.
Yeah, you show love walking through the door, man. We appreciate that.
That just made me feel some type of way, bro. You said we don't got no misses, you know.
Yeah, real talk, man.
Like even thinking about how we started Ill Sound Radio, like I call Ill Sound Radio under a different platform. You feel me? Like Jimmy had his own start in broadcasting when he was in college. You feel me? And I just wanted to do some shit, and bro was like, shit, I'll do the shit with you. You feel me? We ain't had no chemistry, like, you know what I'm saying? We under the same team, but we had to build. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
We had to learn each other as we go.
That's a good part about it.
We damn near 2 years in now. You know what I'm saying? And
October 2020.
And I feel like we got some classic interviews. I don't even call them interviews. You feel me?
Them sit downs be crazy, bro.
We be having conversations.
You never know. Yeah, you never know what you gonna get, and it's not like a forced thing. Like y'all just in there going at it. Like it's just regular conversation. You just talking to a regular person.
Facts. So I appreciate you saying that. You feel me? Because me and bro done came a long way. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Other motherfuckers probably would have done quit by now. You know what I'm saying? But we in here damn near every Sunday doing us. You feel me? So shout out to you for, like you said, like bro say, you walk through the door showing love. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, this shit is hard. This space is crazy, bro.
Appreciate it,
man.
Crazy.
So man, like bro say, just keep working, just keep grinding. And like I say, I want to make that Chicago Gary connection. You know what I'm saying? So we could both grow. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if we tap in with Gary, that's gonna help us, and if Gary tap in with us, we gonna help them. You know what I'm saying?
It's already look. Like I told you, spend 20 minutes sending the link. Hey, this who you need to tap in with.
Hey,
he gonna make sure he gonna get you right when it comes to the interview. He gonna definitely get you right.
Oh God, so shout out to you for one taking your time to even pull up on us. You know what I'm saying? You traveled for this, so we appreciate it. And until next week, man, check out everything. Thank you, Traphouse.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
We gone.